I look like anything, I look like someone who's trying to figure out why my face is covered in hair.
Well, I could talk to you about puberty, but that's a whole other thing. Who do you remember meeting at Comic-Con last year or another time that you really geeked out about? Like, was there someone that you met there that was really, I can speak for myself, which is that at a Comic-Con, I met Misha Collins, who plays Castiel on Supernatural, and I couldn't speak. And I literally just shakily lifted my phone, like, selfie was what I was asking. And he was like, okay. And so there's a picture of the two of us, but you can barely see us because my phone was shaking so hard that it's completely blurry. I could meet Robert De Niro and not be affected, but the Supernatural boys, that's next level for me. So anyone else got any geek out stories about people or who it might be that you would hope to meet at a future Comic-Con that you would really kind of nerd out about?
I mean, Jean-Luc Picard, I would love to meet. Patrick Stewart.
Oh,
yeah, that's good. But like I said, I didn't get to really go explore Comic-Con, so I'm hoping once I do, he'll be there. I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'd love to meet Jason Momoa or Keanu Reeves. Where my Hawaiians at? You know what I mean? Like,
good one.
Together.
Great.
Yeah, that's why you want to meet them, just because they're Hawaiian. That's why you want to.
Because we're cousins.
Just only because they're Hawaiian.
Because we're Ohana.
Hey guys, give me a Hawaiian hug, you two. Give me a Hawaiian hug.
Listen, it's like Canadians. We just want to take a hold of every one of them we can find. Anyone else? Ben, you look like you might have an answer.
No, I don't. If I look like anything, I look like someone who's trying to figure out why my face is covered in hair.
Well, I could talk to you about puberty, but that's a whole other thing.
Yeah, your voice is going to start to change too, Ben.
It's not just going to grow on your face, buddy.
I don't remember meeting anybody at the one Comic-Con that I had been to, which was last year. Does anybody remember anybody from last year that we met?
I mean, I met Daveed Diggs at a party last year and lost my mind. And like, he's from Hamilton. He plays Thomas Jefferson in the original cast. And I was like, I'm a big fan. And he was like, okay.
Let's see. Well, we went. I know we went to a party, and it was almost like two parties. So then we went downstairs to like the hotel bar, and I know there were a few people there. I can't remember all who was there, but there's like other people from other shows, and I thought that was cool just to like see people who I'd only seen on a billboard, just kind of hanging out.
Yeah. Does anyone have anybody like Kaliko answered and Nico answered? Does anyone else have anybody who like your dream meet would be someone that you might meet at Comic-Con 2021 if we're ever allowed back out in public together again?
Mark Hamill.
Mark Hamill. Yes. Great answer. Nicole?
Well, I was going to say, I keep seeing photos of these real life Totoros that go to Comic-Con. People like dress up as Totoro. So I would love to meet one of them. That's a giant furry animated animal, Japanese animal.
From the Miyazaki movie, My Friend Totoro.
Not a real animal, though. Let's be clear. It's not a real animal that.
No, but I've always wanted to meet the real version, and the giant plushie would be the closest thing, I think. Yeah. A human inside of a plush costume, yeah.
Would any of you guys go to like a furry convention? Like for me, I would go, yeah, right, Colton? Like I want to go to the brony thing or there's one that's just Santa Clauses. Like these are fascinating. I want to go to one of those. I would totally, that should be our cast trip next season. Is
SantaCon?
SantaCon.
SantaCon.
Watch out.
Those would be,
all right.
Man.
One last thing very quickly before we sign off. Anybody have any fan encounters at Comic-Con last year, meeting fans of our show? I will say that there was a couple that had traveled from Australia to come to San Diego Comic-Con specifically because of Superstore, which was a pretty amazing, that was an amazing one, meeting people who had traveled all that way because they were such huge fans of our show. And of course, Nico, there was a cosplayer. Can you speak to that experience also?
Yeah, no, he was very sweet. I sort of like saw him from far away, but he was dressed like Mateo, and we had a really lovely, touching chat and moment where I got to meet him. But he's also like a gay Filipino immigrant. Our backgrounds are so similar that it was just sort of like and it's so corny because people always like representation matters, blah 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 blah. But like just seeing it in front of you actually like mattering. Mattering, is that a word?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's so beautiful.
Was really touching.